Alright, we're about ready. I hope you guys are too. Welcome back to the Silverdar City Recreation and Planet Coaster 2. We're going to have a great stream today. We are. I'm going to get actually turn on some audio today. That way we have a little bit of music ambience kind of playing in the background here for this live stream today. So typically, if I'm working alone without streaming, I'll be usually I mute the audio on here and I just play music in the background. So, but because of copyright stuff, we're not going to be doing that. So we're just going to listen to the in-game stuff because it's pretty good. Unless we want to play some Epidemic Sound stuff, I could play some Epidemic Sound as well. Now, the last stream we only streamed for about an hour. We did a little bit here. Hannah's Ice Cream, and we actually kind of started a blueprint, kind of like a little bit of a tease for the general store and Wagon Works over here, which will get us started on these buildings, which shouldn't be too hard to build. I think these will be some fairly easy buildings to get done. Then again, like these are pretty simple, fairly simple too, but I still spent some time on them, right? So, but yeah, the square is starting to come together, really starting to come together. Like, I hope to get this phase out to you guys and make it public on the workshop. Hopefully as soon as I can. You know, we took a little bit of a mini break as we were working on my other big project as well. So it's been kind of a little back and forth with that, you know, just trying to balance out what I want to work on. Alright, let me get my references up. We're gonna get Street View up. Still awesome that Silverdar City finally has some Street View going on. Something that Silverdar City lacked. A lot of parts had Street View on Google Maps, but Silverdar City did not for the longest time, up until recently. So it is a little thing. I'm trying to get it to go to a certain place, but it won't. Go over there. I just want to go over here. I want to go over here. I swear, not over here. Let's see if I can go around. It's probably just going to make me go in a zigzag here. That's exactly what it's doing. Okay. And get to a spot where we can see a good shot of this general store here and this area. That would be perfect. Did I get any of your messages? I still am bad. I still haven't looked, honestly. I'm so bad at checking that email. I check it, but like I don't check it as often as I should. I'm so bad. Email. We got mail. We got anything from Frontier? No. It is literally all Chris here. Awesome. Folder share. I'm checking it now. I don't see anything coming up. Empty? Yeah, it is, the folder's there, but it's not showing anything in it. I don't see anything from that email. Hold on, there's a second email. One image that was the one that you accepted. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just Epic 2. There's a folder. When I click on it, there's no files in it. So I don't know. I don't know on that one, sir. I might have to turn it. Kind of hot in here. Anyways, let's get a little bit started on this building, shall we? Let's go ahead and expand the terrain over here. This is all fairly flat land for the most part. The new conforming feature with the pads are going to be a huge help for us. Get there. Start to get stuff connected, you know what I mean? Go. Why is it so difficult? Yeah, I'm not sure, unless it's like a permission thing, maybe, again. But I'm not sure. I think it would be dumb that if you had to accept every single file, like, that would be dumb. That would be really dumb. I'm not sure. I'm not very savvy with, like, I don't know the Google Drive stuff very well, so, on completely how all that works, so. I'm not the greatest help on that, unfortunately. Disgusting ways. Yeah, if you want to just send them in waves, you don't have to do it all at once. Like, no rush whatsoever, to be honest. No rush whatsoever. I don't want it to be any sort of, like, stressful or anything like that. I want it to be easy. Oh, that's the wrong... I want this one. No, not this one. Every time I like, I want this one. This one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. This one. Alright, there's a doorway here. We are, again, not going to be doing... Yeah, plan on doing interiors. We're going to do the kind of, like... portion here. Alright, I don't know if I should... honestly, move all these guys over a little bit. I made this part of this. We need to split that from that. Split these from building. That way I can move them individually, because we don't really want those over there. Should be a bit of a bigger gap here. These should be a little bit more even with each other, at least a little bit. Now, might be a little bit off on the map. That's okay, because Hill Street's right here. But I think we're still going to be okay. Finish your first coaster in Planet Coaster 2. Sweet. Have you had the game long, or is it like you just kind of started? The special part is the easy way not working, right? And it's making it not the easy way. It's supposed to be the easy way, but it's not the easy way. That is pretty dumb. Ends up being the harder way. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know. You took so many pictures, though. It's crazy. So many. Now we gotta figure out how we want to do this. Should I split this off and then make it precisely where I want it? We might do that, or we can just roll with that overhang being okay. I'm not sure. Oh. Because what we could do is take all these, could split it. And take this, push it out a little bit where we want it. Honestly, should be a little bit steeper. We should probably get a steeper piece. The next one, like this. That's what we should be rolling with, actually. I think that's what we're going to do here. corner. Fits that. There we go. Fit it all in there. I mean, this detail didn't matter as much, but I'm just gonna make sure get it as good as I can here. Need Detroit to lose. Man, we need something. SNS Air Launch Coaster. That's an interesting first one. That's not very cliche. That's very, a little bit more unique to start with. An SNS Launch Coaster. Air Launch Coaster. Did you do, use, the pneumatic launch, which is the air launch, the one like Dododumpa? I have not really messed with that one, honestly, all that much, because that is the compressed air launch in game. Nice. Yeah, that's cool, and I definitely want to do it at some point, and just haven't found the opportunity. Where even is it? Can't find it, and all of you are probably looking at it like it's right there. I haven't memorized where it is on the list. I am blind, man. Where the crap is that? Maybe I just forgot what it looked like. Popper. Oh yeah, you're right. There it is. This guy right here. I wonder if I could mess... Ooh, you know what'd be cool? If I could get the mod to add the pneumatic launch piece, that would be awesome. For, like, powder keg. Because it actually this looks like powder keg's launch system, what it looks like in real life. So that would be a cool thing if I could do that. I would love to have that. I don't think it is already in the mod. I would have to add it in the configuration settings. So if I was to choose, we're using the multi-dimension coaster. Or the multiverse coaster is. But you know, I have like all these different options. The pneumatic launch is not actually one of the options in it, so surprisingly enough. It actually is not, so that would be a nice one to add. I wish I could figure out the configuration settings for it, but that's something to note before we get to powder keg. Maybe I'll mess around with that and try and get it where the mod can get it to where we can actually use the air launch system for powder keg. Because I want to use the multiverse coaster type, but I don't want to use, or like for the track and everything and the trains, but because like I can't just use this. The track doesn't look correct, and I want it to look correct, so the track wouldn't really work, because you can see it's kind of like that boxy track for this. None of the track would look correctly unless I like retraced it or something, but I'm not gonna do that, so I would not do that. Like the launch track looks fine. Like I'd be fine using the launch track. The way it looks good. But really cool. I'm doing good today. I haven't went out and ran some errands and got home, had some lunch, and honestly just kind of chilling right now. And decided to. You know what? Today's a good day to stream, so while I have the day off, so I don't have many weekend days off. I don't get Sundays off very often, so why not? You know, why not? And I want to continue, obviously continue with getting this going. Like, I don't want to go months upon months without working on stuff, so I'm doing my best to do a good balance between this and Windland Adventure Resort. It's really tough, but like I can only focus really one at a time. So like, it's like I take a break from the other for a bit, and I go back to the other one. And, you know, I had worked on the next episode for Winland already. I have started on that Viking section, which is exciting. I'm super excited about that. And honestly, I need to record more of it, but always my problem is I just struggle with playing really long sessions, you know? I know some of you could probably relate to that. It'd be pretty tough to play Planet Coaster the entire day and not have like a creative burnout of some sort, you know? Yeah, I'm sure some of you can relate to that. Like, it's be a little bit difficult. Element you're talking about, I might redo the ending. I want to try and create the dog. Weird shape. I actually don't know what you're talking about. Is it an endgame element, or why don't I stream the other one? Good question. I get this question quite often, and the main reason is because like streaming and recording at the same time, my computer can't handle it very well. And I'm always scared that the recording's not going to turn out, because I've tried it before and I've had recordings just be completely choppy and not smooth. So, because I obviously want to record it as well, to create the episodes and everything with the time lapses. So it is a little bit of a challenge to do both at the same time. And that series I kind of decided is just going to be my main series, where I just do time lapses for it, and it's just kind of like my chill series. Like, I want to be focused at all times when working on it, and just want to play the game. So when I do work on it, on Max Force and Steel Curtain, I'd probably know the element if I saw it. Probably. Not gonna lie. Okay, so we're gonna go back into wood, add the details to this building. Alright, this is gonna have a window on it. Go ahead and build it. Might as well go ahead and build it up to about right here. Another one on the other side, but we'll wait till we get it done, and then we'll copy it on over. And then there's like another big piece here that it's kind of like a rusty kind of texture that we'll have to add. So, oops. I don't know if I have a piece. Basically, like, yeah, the corrugated wall would be actually perfect for this. Turn our grid size down. Go on the other side like that. So once we're done, what is going on here? What is happening? What are you doing to me? Huh? What are you doing to me, game? All right. Let's get our... We need to get... Don't tell me. This is the one... Oh, it does. Never mind. Never mind. I was worried that it didn't have these kind of roofs on it. Wait, but it doesn't have like a singular one. Come on, bro. Why don't they have that piece on here? Sure. Yeah, they don't. They only have the big ones. Why? Why? Okay, that's gonna be difficult. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do with that though. We have to do like a custom. Well, I guess not sure how it will work though. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the roof on, so we kind of know what angle can I go off of. Basically, the problem I'm going to have is like filling this in, because there's no piece with this corrugated wall for this. It doesn't exist. Looks like a banana roll, but it drops 90 degrees the other way. Ah, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Hey, good to see you too. Welcome to the stream. You guys getting in here? I try to keep up with chat, but sometimes I'm a little slow at it. You guys know me. Really trying to just get a lot of stuff done here, you know? That's what we try to do. Hello, hello. Alright, these kind of have like little roofs over them too, but just gonna have to figure it out. Like a whole piece right there, jeez. Alright, I need something like, surely there's something here. Use. These might work, actually. If I can find anything that might be better. But if not, those will work, I think. Yeah, I think we can pull off using this, maybe. That or that, you know. Scale it down. Change the color. It's kind of like a little bluish tone, kind of like that. We're going to put 3 of these together. Gotta fill that gap in too, though. Bro, you're not doing what I'm trying to click and do and all the other stuff. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna fill the gap in with these guys. That should be fine. Filling gaps. Yeah, the acceleration. That's why I kind of want it for Powder Keg. Because Powder Keg's launch is pretty punchy, so it is an compressed air launch coaster, so like I want that punchiness in the recreation too. So like that's why I want to get that pneumatic launch piece in the game, you know. It'd be very, very helpful and very nice. Import that or use that, so. Maybe that's something we can eventually do. Alright, that is shaping up. We just need to put a roof on top of that and go from there. It's going to be in front of... There's also a little bit of a... That's interesting. Once I get this first one, we can get on over to the other side. It'll be pretty easy going there, but let's see if we can find a freeform roof that is maybe resizable, you know? Something along the lines of this, obviously smaller, and will fit it a little bit better. Maybe if we change the color, maybe. This is what I'm looking for, is just like a freeform roof like this that we can... Once we change the colors, not too bad, actually. It kind of fits a little bit. So we're going to lower it down. It needs to be kind of like this, I think. We'll adjust those holes as well. What do you plan on doing? Powder Keg Switch Track? I'm probably going to do the exact same thing that I did in Planet Coaster 1's version. And not to be that person, but it is technically a transfer track, not a switch track. Terminology-wise. I know what you mean, but... technically, I'm going to be that technical guy. It is a transfer track. I know, like... very technical terms, but there is a difference between the two. The switch track is where there's two different pieces of track, and it switches to that other piece of track, and then the transfer track is just a track platform that moves. I know I'm being super technical, but but yeah, we can go over that in a minute. I don't know if you've seen what I did, how I did it in Planet Coaster 1. We did get something that was functional. Not the greatest in the world, but it was functional and it made it work, and visually it kind of worked too, so... but we're going to do that even more so in Planet Coaster 2 with the animated pieces that we have now. So I'm going to be able to animate it even a little bit better and really get that effect kind of going in there. I think it'll be pretty neat, actually. For scaling tools. Really, I'm just kind of doing whatever with that, and it will work. It'll be just fine. Alright, so anyways, going over to Powder Keg, I'll show you what I kind of have already. I kind of built some of the stations just to actually go ahead and build the trains already, because obviously we can make the trains look a lot closer to what they should look like. So over here, we actually do have our transfer track. If I go ahead and activate it, you can actually see what it will do. And this is a false track. It's not real. This is actually scenery. It's not actually a part of the ride. But you can kind of see this is kind of the idea that I'm working with. It's still kind of a work in progress. Glad you like the streams. Playing Planet Coaster 2 for Whitewater. But this is kind of the idea that I have. So the ride obviously itself will not go on this, but we'll have that visual piece of the track moving up and down, which is kind of cool. Yeah, we do have some footers now going in. They are pretty big. So like, if you did, those footers are literally right up against Wildfire's lift hill too. I noticed it yesterday. I actually haven't been over at working. Yesterday was the first time I worked at Powder Keg in a while, so I hadn't been on Powder Keg to see the progress, or go over there to see the progress lately. And we got some really massive footers going in over there, which is pretty cool. Are they for a coaster? I don't know. That could be for something else. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose, but pretty cool. I'm excited. Anyways, so obviously the launch track's going to be up here, and we need this to move up to the launch track, but we have to get the train up there too. And basically, what I did in Planet Coaster 1 is I hit a track that went underneath and got it up to this point. I might use like we have like the drop track pieces in the game. For instance, if we go in here, but we have like the reverse drop tracks that go up. So I might actually line it up with that and make it go up, and kind of have a cool effect where that way the track piece can be empty here. So that way this will be underground. So for instance, I would be in a way, this is just going to be a rough sketch. I'm not going for, like, trying to line this up perfectly at the moment. So, just bear with me here. Just to get the idea across is all I'm doing here. Basically, I would have this underground. This would go underground, and not like the way I'm doing it now, but it would go underground. And then we would put in a little elevator, kind of like an elevator piece, which would be kind of cool. So I think they added, I could be wrong, but I could have swore they said they added a new animation that allows you to go without the up and down motion. You can just go straight up, but I'm not sure. Here we go, lift motion, spring, simple. Yeah, I think that's it now. We just do simple, and now this will just elevate it up. So that way we can hide this track piece, and then that way when it goes up, like when it's not in place, there's no track piece there. That's going to be kind of like my idea here. And then we'll go into our launch track here and everything, which, again, I want to try and get the pneumatic launch in here. I think that would be really nice. Get the pneumatic launch piece in this. So I'm going to mess with some of the configuration settings with the mod, and we'll see how that goes. But if we test this out, you kind of see what I'm going for here. I think simple will allow it to just go straight up. So it's not the perfect transfer track, but it is kind of a transfer track. Yeah, like that. Isn't that beautiful? That's going to be so cool. And then we'll come out here, we'll do the launch properly, but and then we'll have this fake track. So that way, after it goes, again, this track will go back down, and there will be no track there. So it has that visual appearance that that transfer track is there, you know? And that's going to be kind of what I want to do, is use this little elevator track piece to get it back up, but also hide this underneath so you can't see it. So that's going to be kind of the idea we're going to do with it. So POV-wise, I'm going to have to do some movie magic for it, for the POV. When I do like an official POV, I'm going to actually, what I did beforehand was actually add a track ride, and we would do one of these. Doesn't really matter what, but like I'll just do a tracked ride that is lined up with the track here. Just for a camera. Like this will be strictly for a camera. So 90 there. And this is how we're gonna do it. For the camera wise, like we'll do this, and this is strictly for camera purposes, so I can get that shot. Now this one does, okay, I would have to make adjustments, but there was one thing, I don't know if it's bumper view or something, where I can keep the camera without going the way I need it, or I can actually, I didn't edit the track properly. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, because obviously have to mess with these. Each individual one. That's what we would do. But yeah, this is kind of the idea what we would do, and then actually we'd go in here, and is it pitch? Not pitch. Pitch is back and forth like that. And you could do the roll. There we go. Roll. We have to do negative, but Only thing is you can only go to -10 on that, so we might have to try a different track ride that would work for that, but that's just for, that would be just for the the just for the camera purposes, for like if I'm trying to create a cinematic video, make it to look like, and then I'd blend two footages together. So that's what we would do there, and that's going to be the idea of how Powder Keg's going to work overall. So that's kind of the idea of how we're going to do Powder Keg. It's kind of how we did it in Planet Coaster 1, but a little bit more enhanced. So since we have the much better options in Planet Coaster 2 overall. So it really wants to connect to the... Bruh. Just wants to click on the roof pieces so bad. Like, no, bro. Get out of here with that. I'm trying to do my thing here. It's like, no, I want to do my thing here. And I'm like, no, I'm in charge. This is my thing. But it's like, you know what? I'm still going to be difficult. Because why not? I'm going insane. Okay, here we go. Alright, got those windows in there. Perfect. I'm not making Powder Keg. I was just giving an example of what I'm going to do for it. We're not going to be working on Powder Keg until we get down there. So, we're still in phase 2, which is the square. We got to finish the square. Powder Keg will be the second coaster we build or work on. Wildfire is going to be our first coaster. The first ride we probably start on will be American Plunge. So that's going to be how all that goes down. So can't change the color of those. So. Alright, let's see what we can do here to fill in this without... It's going to be difficult. That much. Really don't know what we're going to do here. Fill in as much as possible. I mean, we can use the scaling. It's still going to be difficult. Maybe no one will notice if I rotate it like this. I'll just make it look a little jank, which is, you know what, totally fine. We're okay with jank. You know what? That works. Yes, I'm always trying to go for accuracy, but I'm gonna make an exception here. And it is okay. Oh, we should definitely do a community creation stream again where I can check out your guys' stuff. I haven't done that in a while. When I say while, I mean a while. It has been a long time. I just got so much to do. Why'd you change this? Like, no. I do like the reset to default option now. It's cool that they added that. Glad they have that. Can't you just be in a normal position? Why do you have to be all crooked? Now you're even worse. Great.
Don't know. Never been good at figuring out how these pieces work. Just saying. Can never get them. Don't know how it works. Never have. Even though I did use it once. I used it once out here somewhere. And yeah, these right here. This is what I need to do right here. Is it cheating? Maybe. I was able to do it that one time. So it's fine. Call it what you want. If you want to call it cheating, that's fine. I don't care. But I'm gonna do this anyways. Sweet. I'm just gonna select all these, we're gonna split it from building, and we'll literally just add it to this building, honestly. Like, now it's part of the building. I don't know why I have so much problems figuring out how that works. I'm just not smart, I guess. Anywho, let's get the window that's on here. We need to get the window. The window. Which window do we use for this, though? Honestly, we can kind of use whatever, but I want to get one that's at least kind of close. You know, again, most people would go in and use like thousands of freaking pieces just to create their own separate stuff, so it looks 100% accurate, like 110% accurate, but like, honestly, I don't think these buildings matter that much. You're gonna look at it and go, oh, that's that building, you know what I mean? And it saves on your pieces because this is already gonna be a huge project, and there's already gonna be so many pieces in this build, so I think it's fine to stick with just like some in-game windows and such, and say, oh yeah, that's close enough, you know. Save on the piece count a little bit. But kudos to those people that do still do that. Like, it's incredible what they do, but I like to keep things a little bit on the simple side sometimes. And I like to add the detail, and I'd like to make it as close as I can. But I still feel like I can just, you know, get away a bit with not doing that, you know, just to do simple pieces and still recreate it using those simple pieces. And it kind of saves on the piece count a bit. And load times are a little bit, maybe a little bit easier to work with. A little bit, maybe. Just a tiny bit, you know. No, I didn't want to place that again. That's what I did not want to do. I need to pay attention a little bit here. Again, we're not going to do interiors. I've said this before in previous streams. We're not planning on doing any interiors for a lot of the buildings. You know, some of them we will, like the ride gift shops will probably do interiors. But like a lot of the shops and like main shops like this and such will probably not do interiors. I'll probably still put like shops in them, just so that they're still functional and people will go in them, but we are gonna kind of keep it simple with that. So we are actually going to copy existing texture. We're gonna use this texture, and what we're actually gonna do is create that brick texture around corners here, because it also has it just like Hannah's ice cream parlor, and we make sure merge is on so it is the dominant texture. Lined up. There we go. Go here, and then we're going to copy this texture back. Turn merge off. And line it up with this so it's kind of nice and flush with that building. Kind of connecting that up together. Alright, not too shabby. That is going to be our general store. We do need to put the sign up that, I'm trying to think what it says. Something it says at the general store. The something. I can't make it out what it is. And I pass by this building probably every freaking day, but I have no clue what it says. So we might have to go online to find a clearer picture rather than Street View on this. So let me see if I can pull up a Raleigh City General Store. And find it. Because this is part of it. This other part is the other part of the general store. So, like... let's just put Raleigh City Square. See if I can find it now. Why is it so hard? Just to find what I need. Alright. I'm not finding any luck just Googling it, but all just because I don't know what it says. Maybe I'll just leave it off for now, and then I can confirm it later. For now, this is what we're gonna I have to go with, and this is like the actual, I think, part of the general store here. So yeah, so let's go here, and then we go windows. I actually think we can utilize one of these, just making it the same color. Pull that color and pull it into here. I don't know if it actually is one of these, but we're going to use it anyway, so. All the trees are in the way of my view here. Over here trying to figure out what everything looks like. Things in my way. Typical. Wildfire over Time Traveler? I'd say it's a pretty hot take. I mean, Wildfire is a great ride, though, so, like overall, Wildfire is really good. It's a really good B&M. I just noticed I completely missed an entire section. Whatever. Notice that sometimes it resets the color like it used to for that one update, but sometimes it doesn't. Which is very weird. Very strange. Doorbell. I will say Wildfire's in the back row on the drop. Woo! That is some crazy stuff. When we do Grandfather's Mansion, I mean, entrance to it is basically right there. Right behind the general store. Technically, so. Now, I'm not doing any interior for Grandfather's Mansion, at least right as of now. I'll make it probably enterable, but it probably won't be like an actual. Won't have much function. I might do like a minimum, bare minimum when it comes to like the interior, or like do a tiny bit, but like it's gonna be super basic if I do anything on the inside of it. Very, very much so. Excited for the square to be finished. Yeah, I mean we're in the nitty gritty right now. Like we're actually in the big stuff, because like this is like the main stuff on the square are these buildings. So you know what I mean? So kind of a big deal. seeing signs, I think. We're gonna add these for extra detail. Kind of add on to it. Crazy that like I'm so far off the mark when it comes to the this like you can see I'm very far off, but like I still don't have enough room to get everything in there. That's the crazy part with it. Very interesting, but you know, I don't think that piece that I'm keeping out of there is very important, so I'm trying to fit this in and still stick to the floor plan. We're gonna take this guy. I am gonna be a little cheating here, and we're gonna copy and paste it because it is basically the same. So as might as well copy it, right? Could change the tree up, but alright, we're gonna use the plaster pieces for the top here. Fill in the roof here. turn on my air conditioner a bit there. It's a little toasty in here. Hot in my office. That is there. Park that you haven't been before, are you gonna go? Man, I don't know. I just want to go to a park. Probably the next newest park that I haven't been to that I'll probably go to next is probably Epic Universe. Let's be real. That is on the top of have to get to list. So most likely Epic Universe. When I'll get there, I have no clue. I haven't been, the last time I've been to Florida was in 2021. Velocicoaster opened. That was the last time. And I need to go back so bad. I want to go to Epic so bad. Yes, Velocicoaster is my number one currently. It is. Such a good ride, man. Such a good ride. Absolutely blew me away. It was insane. Yeah, I can't wait to or get on it, or get back on it again. Like, right, yeah. Like, I knew I wasn't gonna spend a crazy amount of time.
more at a time, and we're more of this path done. We're getting more of this square kind of built up. Should we build the flagpole with the American flag on it? I plan on going for Tormenta next year. I mean, whenever I get out there, I'm not like going out of my way to make that trip or anything. Honestly, like, I mean, it looks cool, and I'm sure I'll get to ride it at some point, but I have no plans to make like a trip to Texas or anything, but which isn't too far away. Like, I probably should look at making plans for it, so, but, you know, I don't know yet. Alright, let's see if we can get the flagpole in here. I'm not sure if we can see it on the floor plan. Take a look. Would be right around where this is. I think this is it right here. You see this little white speck? I think that's the flagpole. Pretty positive that that's the flagpole right there. So we're gonna try and put it right there. Do we have American flags in the game? I know we did in Planet Coaster 1. I don't know if we do in Planet Coaster 2. There is Street View, yes, but I'm just trying to, with my floor plan, obviously, I want to get it in the exact correct spot. I'm using a combination of Street View and the floor plan here. I might move it a little bit over, potentially, but actually make this a scenery. And, yeah, we'll see if there's flags in here. I know there are flags, but I don't know. I don't think there's an American flag. We don't have, like, a patriotic set or anything yet. I could add a pirate flag for now. I don't know. Another option was the... to use a billboard. And you do it that way, but in Planet Coaster 1, didn't we have flags where we could change the image on? I can't remember. I thought we may have, but I'm not sure. But really, I don't really have much of an option here. Besides maybe doing this and just double-siding it, but... I have a Chief Bee flag. Here, but just have a placeholder for now, and that will be our flagpole. The moment, in the moment, until I have a better solution, which might at some point. But as of right now, we don't have. Gonna go with what they give us. World's Fair Pack, that's what it was. That was the one. I thought it was in a pack. I couldn't remember which one. World's Fair. Makes sense. So hopefully at some point we get that in Planet Coaster 2 at some point. Could be very useful. The whole pack back. Yeah, just like a bigger version of it too. Bigger and better version. I love the World's Fair pack, but I feel like it kind of lacked content. Like, I feel like it needed a little bit more. Found myself just wanting a bit more from that pack. But the idea was awesome. Loved it, but stuff that was in it was great. I feel like it just needed a bit more. So hopefully we'll get something similar in Planet Coaster 2. I'm very excited to start seeing the new DLCs that start to come up every few months, because we'll probably get our next DLC around the December time. Probably when we'll start to see our next one. And I'm going to just guess maybe something festive, maybe. Potentially. Holiday kind of themed. That's just a wild guess. I have no clue. Frontier usually sends me stuff early, but like I legit have not been sent anything, so yet. And they usually don't send me anything until like right before it gets announced, so. Even then I couldn't say anything. So maybe I do know something, I'm just trying to fool you guys. I don't know. But I think the Sorcery Pack is a really cool start, though. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and to me, it's the first like legit DLC, and I can't wait to see how much more DLC we get in the future. Like, that's just the first bigger kind of DLC. Like, what are we getting next? You know, like. Kind of like that, don't know. Quite exciting. Quite exciting. Adjustable flat ride sizes. I don't think that is gonna be a thing personally, but imagine a custom flat ride designer where you can actually custom design your own flat rides. I've seen different systems. They could do something, so you never know. Like, that'd be amazing. Like, they give us pieces to where you could actually create your own flat rides. Like, custom flat rides. Utilizing like animations and such like that. A lot of different tools and pieces where you could actually create your own, upload those to the workshop. That'd be amazing. I've seen some games actually have like a flat ride creator, so I don't know. I don't really plan on when my streams are going to be. I just kind of do them when I feel like it or when I have the time. There's no schedule. It'll probably be Silver Dollar City, like it has been lately, but so alright, we're going strong here. I think we got Ruin here. Sure. crazy to see like how many buildings there are just in one area. Like, yeah, that's a lot. It is a lot. That's quite a bit. See how much we've done over here. We're starting to push a little bit further over this direction now. Really, once we get these buildings done, we just got to do... Still have to do this backstage area, host lounge and everything, and we're gonna do the blacksmith like that. But then we just got to do like the cabin areas and Wilderness Church, and then the square will be pretty much complete. So like we don't have like a crazy amount left here, like in terms of like that's amount left that we have to do. To do a challenge park, how Wind Valley will compare. I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. I do want to do a challenge park. I think it will at some point, but I got these two big projects that I gotta get done, or at least going. I would say I have to complete at least one of them before I even think about starting that. So, but Sword Art is gonna take me a while. So is Wind Valley, but Wind Valley we got some good stuff started. And I can actually give you guys maybe a little sneak peek. You know, a little sneak peek of what we've done so far for the next episode. We've gotten into the first themed land, heavily themed by How to Train Your Dragon at or Isle of Berk from place Epic Universe that it's inspired off of. So I'm so excited. Like, I need to get working on it again. Like, take a sneak peek here. Just because, like, I need to remember what I did. Right, there we go. Universe Adventure. You can see there's a little bit of a park forming back behind here. The last episode, I think we did all this. This restaurant and the gift shop that is inside the entrance, which is fantastic. Got some lockers there. We have a little information kiosk here as well, and that leads us into our first portal of our Epic Universe inspired park. And this is your sneak peek, guys. This has not been seen yet by anybody, so you guys are lucky here. Whitewater? I mean, at some point, maybe. I might consider it, but we'll see. But you can see here, we did get a little bit started very early on. But this is the start of the next episode, what I've been working on, so it's going to be kind of like this big centerpiece here as you walk into the land. Very exciting about that. And we do have a sneak peek. There is a coaster sitting off to the side over there, so that's fun. That is just kind of like getting ideas of where I'm going to place the coaster. I don't know if I'm going to place it over here or put it on this side yet. I've not decided yet. And it's most likely going to be a family coaster, heavily themed, very similar to Hiccup's Wing Gliders, but I was like, I don't know if I should, like, do different coaster types than Epic Universe, or should kind of do my own thing or something, but I've been really heavily leaning towards a family coaster for this, but I will try and make it a little bit different from Hiccup's Wing Gliders. Kind of, I'm going to have some cool stuff in there. I'd like to have some, like, switch tracks and maybe some backwards sections and such like that. Something a little bit different that gives it a little bit more uniqueness to it. But yeah, this is going to be like a little mini restaurant, I think, as well. But it's going to be pretty amazing. The coaster is going to go around throughout the land. That's going to be the idea, is this coaster is going to travel around the entire area. So it's going to be pretty neat. It's going to be the main attraction of the section, I think. And then we'll have maybe a flat ride or two. and something like that. But I'm not completely copying Epic Universe. We do have a few themed lands that are completely different from Epic, so it is very much, it's going to be kind of its own thing. Fluffy, you're not a Cowboys fan. Why are you going about them? I haven't even been paying attention to today's scores and such, honestly. I should look at that. Alright, let's take a look at the completed games. Denver beat New York. I did see that in London. Oh, you're saying that because Carolina beat them. I see now. Yeah, but you beat the Cowboys. I see. I figured. I was like, I bet Carolina won. I see. Pittsburgh destroyed Cleveland. Rams beat Baltimore. The Baltimore Ravens are 1-5. We're 1-5. Indianapolis beat Arizona. Seattle beat Jacksonville. Chargers beat Miami barely. And the Patriots beat New Orleans. I haven't even been watching the games. So obviously I'm going to watch the game tonight with Kansas City, but we have a few games going on right now. Tampa Bay, San Francisco. Tampa Bay leading by 1. Raiders 10-0 over Tennessee right now, and Green Bay 10-0 over Cincinnati. Yeah, Carolina sitting at 3-3. All right. Just saying they have a chance for the playoffs if they keep playing well. But yeah, that's just a quick sneak peek of the Adventure Resort, and hopefully sooner rather than later we'll see this entire area start to develop. It's gonna be fantastic. So excited to get around into the dry park and actually get into a lot of the theming very, very early on. I haven't detailed everything yet, so first time being 500 since 2021. Wow. I'm just hoping Kansas City can get back to 500 today as well. It's not going to be an easy game, though. We're playing the Detroit Lions. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I know we're at a... Casey's at a little spot, but... Who's talking about? I know it used to be the only launched wooden roller coaster, but now it's a chain lift, so... used to be. And I missed that launch on Lightning Rod so much. Parking lot doesn't need to be that big. Wouldn't be realistic if it wasn't. I don't like the looks of parking garages more, and I don't think I need that space. I used a very little bit. I actually did not use that much space, and if you ask me about when it comes to the parking lot and such, I don't think I'm gonna use that much. I saved a lot of space. I got plenty of space for what I'm gonna accomplish, so that's all that matters. And there actually is a parking garage already in one spot already, so... pick up the free build mod. Down. Free build mod? What? What are you talking about? I haven't heard about what that is, so maybe I need to go back to Twister Society here. Oh, there is some new mods here. Hold on. Mod update. Not enough blueprints. The blueprint unlock mod. Fire, even if you have it. plug and play as it can be. I don't have a clue. I haven't even seen that one before. Already up a thing in there. Weeks ago, they released a vid outlining the features might be good for your larger business. So what exactly does it do? I haven't seen the video or didn't know there was anything about it, so. Actually going to try something here. I'm gonna be on the right back. I'm still gonna talk, but I'm gonna close the game just so there's not like a black screen or something. So hold on. I'm gonna keep talking. We'll be right back on the screen, but I'm gonna actually look at my configuration settings for the No Limits mod and see if I can add the pneumatic launch some way to what I need. So I'm gonna have to get to program files. Program files. I need to figure out where my stuff is. Steam. More Steam. There's Steam. Steam apps, common, Planet Coaster. I'm in the wrong place. Of course I am. Program files. Not there. I have it. It's under Steam Library. That's what it is. Steam apps. Common, Planet Coaster 2. There we go. I gotta remember where I was. And then the No Limits mod would be under Win64 over EVL data. Too much, no track limits. There we go. And we have the configuration file here with all of the configs. There's so many stuff here. Like, I don't know. I'm nervous to add anything on here because I know I'm going to mess it up. Blueprint debug, allow interchangeable coaster trains, enable camera effects, track length. So you can change all the numbers in here if we wanted to. Appended elements, and I would have to find the list of all the track elements and add them to this. I feel like I could do it. I would just have to format it in the exact same way and make sure everything's spelled right. All I have to do is add one thing. That's all I need to do, and I gotta find the name of it, which is going to be tricky here. So if I go to testing, is it under testing announcements where they have the list, elements, and rides? Here we go. Yeah, Google Doc. We're gonna do this real time, so let's see if I can find it. So this is the name of the rides. But I need to find the elements list. Elements and rides. That's what this is. Elements and rides. According to this. So, manufacturer. We need to find the pneumatic, which is F and F, I think, or something like that. I can't remember the name. Kind of a weird one. F and F International. That's what it is. Test pilot. Thrust air design. All right, here is this one. I found the list. So that's the name of it, that, but I don't think I need that. I need to find, oh, here it is. There's elements right here. Types, station. We need a launch. So I'm going to look for the launch sections here. Default LSM. And we need to find the pneumatic launch and find the name of it. That's what we need to do. Removes the grid lock and a bunch of other things. Z5. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. Cool. Definitely have to check that out though. I need to find the name of what it is in game for the config here. So I need to find the pneumatic launch is what we need to find and add it to the list of elements. Will it work? Probably not, because I'm really bad at figuring out all this stuff. So I don't know if it matters what order this stuff's in, but we're going to try and find it and get it added to all of our stuff so we can use that pneumatic launch in game. Lift brakes, pre-made element, launch, hydraulic. So there's the hydraulic launch, which honestly I feel like should also be in there as well, but I'm just looking for the launch, different launch pieces. Launch, default tire launch, not that one. Launch, holding section, LIM low. Because I think all I need to do is add a comma, and then in parentheses have the name, and that's it. I think that's all I got to do to add it. But it's got to be exactly correct or it won't work. Dual direction booster. There's so many in here. I wonder if it's even in here, honestly. I actually have not spotted it yet. Because there's so many pieces in here. So many element pieces. Can I sort this? Yes, I can. Okay, sweet. That way I can see all the launches in the same spot. LAM, launch. I don't know what this one is. So that's a hydraulic, okay. Ah, there's the pneumatic. I found it. Found it. So I'm going to copy this text. Control C. And then we're going to add a, is there a space? Right there. No, there's not. Not a space there. So the first comma, there is a space there though. So I'm going to do comma, space, one little space, parentheses, and then we'll paste it in there. That's not where I wanted you to put that. Why did you put that there? Don't put that there. I'm going to mess up my config settings, aren't I? That's the last thing I want to do. Maybe we just type it out and hope that I type it correctly. Default. Pneumatic. Pneumatic. Launch. Done. Okay. I'm gonna save it, and I guess we'll try it. Did I do this correct? Probably not. But you know what? We're gonna see if it worked, because why not? Thanks for bearing with me, guys. You didn't have to say if you didn't want to. But I wanted to see if I did this right. You know? That's all. I just wanted to see if I was able to successfully add something to my configuration settings. We're going to try it here. Alright, moment of truth. If I messed it up, we'll find out pretty quickly. Let's just click on, let's just use the multiverse. What happens? See if I can find it. Everything else is still in here. Did I do it right? It's there. It's invisible, but it's there. Hey guys, I did it. I'm very proud of myself. I got the pneumatic launch in the game. In the settings here. I'm gonna have to retrace it, but that's fine. I'm gonna have to trace over it. Stuff, but I can have that punchy launch now, though. So that's pretty neat. Alright, sick. Alright. That makes me happy. I want to add the hydro. Now, if it was a huge deal, and say I really wanted to have that function and make it look like it, you know, like we could do that. We can use this or the hydraulic one. Really want it. Then if I wanted to visually have this in here, so that's so sweet. Love that. Now we visually have that in here. We can click on this, and we can add our pneumatic launch. Oh, that's sweet. Just test that out, how it looks. I know this track obviously doesn't fit it for visual purposes, but I don't know if it's gonna work. It is kind of just rolling along. Alright, it did not work. Alright, one more thing. Real quick thing here. Let's try and just do it. And do this. Lighting. And I really just want it to work functionally. For some reason, it's just rolling along without actually doing anything. As if it's a normal track piece. Oh shoot. Let me get rid of this. kind of rolls along it. Working on the actual one. Stop. Working on this one. Yeah, I want that launch effect. Accelerates super fast. Probably can't do that with like LS. Say I want to go 50 miles, just crank the acceleration rate up on regular. As well, or is it? Stop right there. That was pretty punchy. Stop like right there. And I mean, test for yeah, like get off is just fast enough. Not fast acceleration, but it needs to just explode out of that. Which is what we get with the dramatic launch system. We're not really getting that here. So. But I did get I got the piece in there. It's just not working. It's not doing the function it should be. Does it have to be invisible? I mean, the reason why it's invisible is because the track isn't the same. So the easy work around that is literally just to retrace it with your pieces. Let me see if it's on. Here it is. Another pneumatic launch piece. Like maybe it's trying to get. There's not another piece like this is separate from this. There's something more I need to add to it, but I made it, got one step closer to it, I suppose. Nice if we got the visual well. Oh. Like how the switch tracks are. Wrong track, but yeah, that thing. Love that I can use it on roller coasters, though. Absolutely ridiculous. See how this whole train's gonna fit on this whole thing. Stopped. Oh, it didn't work. Forgot the rest of the car. Where'd it go? Oh. No luck on that one. Still trying to go with it. You get when you mess with mods sometimes. The reason why the developers are like, yeah, we're not gonna make that a work. If I make the train shorter, it'll work. Nope, it just thumps. Nope. Here. Yeah, it is a mod. We have the No Limits mod, which allows us to add track elements from everything onto anything. So, boom, Mach Extreme Spinning Coaster. I want an elevator lift on that. Track. I wonder if the log flume one. Expecting a similar result here. But you never know. Hey, it's working! Well, at least to push it forward. Let's say 2 cars small. Let's do 1 car. Since it's small enough, let's stop. Nope, it just launches it off. Actually, there might be a way to fix this. If we change the stop distance, if that's an option, that's sometimes stop distance. Pull that all the way up. Might have to adjust that setting until it works properly. Oh, maybe we need to go the opposite direction. Opposite direction because it looks like it just launches it. Yeah, it's just gonna continue to launch. I don't know why I'm trying to get this to work. I think it'd just be funny if it worked. Alright, then we have the Raid Coaster, everyone. Sorcery update, Sorcery DLC. I do like though that like with the accelerator pieces now, like the drop tracks, you can actually have instead of it bouncing up and down, you can make it just simple to where it just raises up. That's very nice. Good on there. Just barely does. Go back. Backwards. I'm just literally messing around right now. Why not? The tracks are fun to play around with, I guess. Hold switch in time? Oh yeah, it will. Oh, it did. That wasn't tall enough? We lost the front car. That would be tall enough. I didn't think it was gonna go fast. Much fun to mess around with all of those things, though. Very, very cool. I actually want to just mess around here. Let's go to Vector. Basically the mock launch coaster basically, and we can mess with the switch tracks and see what is possible, what's not possible. First. I don't know why it makes such a long piece beforehand, but it does. The switch tracks can be a little overwhelming because there are so many options. So you gotta figure out exactly what you want to do with them. So I would actually start off with the track. This. Dun, dun. Alright, so this room. What am I making? I'm just messing around, if I'm gonna be real. So to answer the question, I really don't know. I have no idea. Happens if we put a holding section here, hold the train, then we put the dual directional here. Acceleration low. Get us to 100 miles an hour. This is gonna be my top Grill 3. I'm having fun today, okay? We have I'm going tall enough. 400 more. Passes it does. We're gonna find out. I do the wrong thing again. Probably should put brakes on this. Maybe. Might be fun without brakes. Yeah, this would 100% kill someone. That's for sure. Oh yeah, that's right. This is the vector, so it's not properly bad. I had to mess with it real quick. This here. An option to connect it. Right then. Or it doesn't. "23 miles an hour." We need this spike to be super tall so it doesn't launch off. Perfect support structure. Love it. Let's check the settings on, make sure we got the right switch track here. That's important. Okay, pass-throughs before trigger. Right? Pass-throughs before reset. So if I did first path will over, second one will reset it. So I think we got the wrong one here. We need the one with you know what? Let's just do that. That's always the best thing. It makes it switch track. It does. It'll roll back? Yeah, it will. Here we go. Hopefully this switch track doesn't switch over too early. I think it will. Wait, no it didn't. Okay. Hey, this might work on the first try. Nope. I knew that holding section would mess it up. Yeah, you can do the holding section. Dang. Oh wait, perfect. It's just gonna go back this way into the station. Oh, that's beautiful. No, the switch. Well, it would have worked. I guess we just have to make this a way for it to work, but no stopping. Wonder if it will make it up over the top hat though. Our spike. Plenty of room to spare. Nice. I think it's gonna make it and more. Oh gosh, it's going so fast. Hey, it worked! All brakes, by the way. It worked! So in a way, you can make Top Thrill too. Messed around with it. Try to change the target speed to 59 miles an hour. Didn't do that. Probably down to like 10 or something like that. Maybe that's more realistic. We gotta write it. Dunk. But it works. Alright. Brilliant idea. Why don't we actually use the hydraulic launch? Might be genius. Might not be, I don't know. Make a proper one this if I can get this to work. Just curious. Do it unbanked. That would be nice. Go about the same here, so 110 plane sec. No. What I was gonna do, like, what if we did? Will this work? I don't know, but we're going to best believe we're gonna test it. Drive tire reset. Gonna do the hydraulic launch and try and do a swing launch with the hydraulic launch. That's a good idea. Actually, I don't think it would work because obviously you would need a directional launch for it to actually work. So yeah, that actually would not work. But I've got an idea to maybe make it work. So this would be like a new and improved Top Thrill 2 here, okay? That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do 370. Throw a little King to Cuss special in here by throwing in some brakes or airplane wheel. Fun. I don't know, sometimes I just love to experiment on Planet Coaster and see what is possible, and sometimes it gets me ideas for stuff in the future. Do some crazy, wacky stuff. I don't know if any of you have ever experimented like that before, but sometimes kind of fun. We are gonna have to do next. Add on there, so we're gonna quick. Edit mode. Back up. Meow. We have our practice. Now my idea here, retrace it because I have that visual of it. So I'm gonna do that. So this we're gonna do dual directional. About 101. I'm gonna make the acceleration quite fast on this. Go really fast to fly through the other direction. Might actually have to make this pretty long. Spike. Make the spike ridiculously big. .500 feet tall. This here, just so there looks like there's some track there. Blank. Empty. And yeah, so how fast did I make this hydraulic launch? Target speed 1. Okay, we need it to go like 60 miles an hour. And not super much. Alright, this is an interesting test. I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's check it out. I'm actually kind of excited because we have both a dual directional launch, LSM launch, and a hydraulic launch, both at the same time. So the hydraulic launch isn't going to be fast enough to get it over the top hat, obviously. Here, and we'll have a rollback. But then we're going to use these LSMs to speed it up. But will the hydraulic launch stop it? Question, or is it just going to roll through? Rolls through. Will get caught by the launch, making it go much faster. Okay. I don't know if it's going to have enough speed to get all the way over, but let's find out. Boom! It stops. The hydraulic launch stops it. Dang. Ah! It does stop it. So for it to work, you'd have to use the directional launch every time. Yeah, when it enters the front, it's always gonna stop it, so... why I do these tests, because you know. idea what that was doing. Sometimes pieces just don't work. Used on the mod, sometimes they just don't work. So nah. It's gonna act like a normal track piece. Oh, I did the wrong piece, that's why. Ow. See if it works. We'll go ahead and write it too. Why not? By the way, this is Silver Dollar City's 2027 project. It's basically top. That's basically all I've created here, but you know. I mean, it turned out better than the last one. Hope that's gonna go fast enough. Nope, double roll back. 102 miles an hour wasn't fast enough for that. Oh, maybe it'll get... Let's just go back to the station. Well, that was fun. Alright, I'm done. That's fun though. Alright, guys, I think I'm gonna end this one. I know I did a lot of messing around, but that's always fun. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Guys, make sure subscribe already. Subscribe. What are you doing if you're not? You know, Planet Coaster 2, and we'll be back very, very soon. Hopefully, I had a very busy work schedule lately, so I've only been really able to have the opportunity to stream on my days off. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for being here, and see you later. So I might go work on some other stuff. So make sure you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks. Goodbye.